Abundant Rise. It's your girl Cass. Welcome to my page, my channel. We outside. We outside. Hey, hey, we outside. We outside. We outside. We outside. Hey, we outside. Let me show y'all some sun. Just in case where you at you don't have none. Okay. They're already doing some extra shit, of course, but we're gonna just be grateful for the sun. My cat outside being ridiculous. But it's been a minute once again since I've been on here. Just been working on me, my 2 good vegan meals, reflecting. I'm just really grateful. Gratitude. I just have to take a deep breath right quick before I get into it. You feel me? All right. So I feel like, I'm always like an open book or whatever. And I love to share things I learned, grow from, and experience. And I've just been having some really deep reflections. And it's funny because, I'm a person who, I actively reflect all the time. Like, if I'm saying something, doing something, I'm always, checking myself. But sometimes, you just need to be, in your own space, literally in your own space to, peep the things that you may have overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Because in this life, all there is growth from experiences. All there is growth from experiences. And that's why I'm so grateful and in gratitude, because everything that I learned just it just keeps getting better and better and better. There's no fucking words for it. But one of the things that I did want to I'm gonna be all over the place. Unity, God. I'm gonna be all over the place because I just have so much on my fucking mind. Not on it, but so much that I've just grown from. So I'm trying to pace myself to make sure I get everything out that I want to. But the first thing I want to touch base on is the word consciousness, right? I am so over the word conscious, okay? Why am I over the word conscious? Just because I feel like people use it as in an scapegoat. You know what I mean? People use it as to validate the things they do, they say, and how they operate. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm really over it, the conscious thing, because it's almost like an illusion. It's almost like an illusion, because when I hear consciousness, I think of openness. You know what I'm saying? You're open to everything. It's the whole, you know what I mean? The all, the infinite, you know what I mean? That's what consciousness is. And I'm a master student, you feel me? So that means I learn from everything. I never limit myself to whatever I see on the gram, whatever I see on YouTube, it don't matter. Even if a person, it don't matter. I can learn from not just anybody, but anything. Don't let that go over your head. Bro, I can learn from a rock. You understand what I'm saying? You can be like, oh, how can you learn from a rock? Well, guess what? A rock is solid. It's still. You know what I'm saying? You could look at anything. You could look at a flower. You understand what I'm saying? And learn from it how to be delicate. How, you can grow. How you can, die and come back again. Be rebirthed. You know what I'm saying? So when people limit anything. I don't even want to say a word. When people limit anything, you're limiting yourself. Because if you're not open to everything, then you're definitely limiting yourself. And this is why I continue to say too, this spirituality thing is very delicate. Very delicate. Conscious is very delicate. Knowledge, information is very delicate. What do I mean by that, right? Cassandra, you keep on saying delicate. What do I mean by delicate? I mean to say that if you're a conscious person, right? You literally can say anything to validate what you're doing, what you're saying, how you operating, right? For example, me, because I can only speak about self. I can't speak about nobody else, right? Me, for example, right? I need to learn how to be delicate as well. Because I could be a conscious person and be like, well, you know, I show different facets. I can be like passionate. I could be funny. I could be nice, easygoing. But guess what? When it comes to that passionate side, I need to learn how to be delicate with that. It's not to say I need to change that. Because if you're conscious, right, you should be able to listen to the message and what I'm saying and not how I'm saying it, right? If you're conscious. But does that mean because you're conscious that you can't work on something like that? To be delicate. Because then whoever I'm reaching now, I could probably reach more people because now I've mastered that. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, let me use something else. Especially with some conscious leaders right now, right? There's a lot of people when I first started my spirituality that I was like watching, listening to. And as soon as they, you know, start to make big bucks and shit, I just see the whole energy change, right? Because before it was about health, nature, this, that, and then all of a sudden it's about money. But I'm just like, I thought you was telling us to go into something else. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll come up with, well, the Egyptians wore this, or, you know, even when it comes to eating meat, oh, some of our ancestors. Listen, at the end of the day, when you conscious, you can always either go back in time or say something to fit what the fuck you're doing, or to validate what you're doing, or for you to try to explain what you're doing, okay? But is that the best for you at the end of the day? Because I don't care. I say a lot of things, right? And I feel like I just be stating like either facts or my opinion or what I've learned. And some people can take that as a personal attack. But it's just like, again, that's a level of consciousness. I don't even want to use that. A level of knowing. You get what I'm saying? Because you should know that at the end of the day, what you do not make me eat, shit, sleep, none of that. I know that. I can tell you that. I accept people for who they are at the end of the day. But just because I say something that you could probably work on doesn't mean that when I need you to change, I expect you to change. But at the end of the day, if we're conscious and we're always growing and expanding, isn't there always something to work on, to grow from, to expand on? You get what I'm saying? Because if you so good where you at, then are you really growing? And this is what I mean about reflection. Okay? Because if I can still kiki with you, be in the same space as you, unity, what makes you think I don't accept you for you? But if I call something out that may be a fact or whatever, if you take that as a personal attack, that has nothing to do with me. You got to look at your triggers. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at your triggers at the end of the day. Because we are free here to express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? If something makes you feel a way, you can always come to me and express how you feel. I know it's not my responsibility how you feel, but you have the right to express how you feel to me. You get what I'm saying? But again, if you're going to take things personally, That's okay too. But be able to reflect on that at the end of the day. Because is it really the words that upset you or made you feel away? Or is it something inside you that triggered that feeling in the first place? That's why, like, at the end of the day, for the people I've come across, I can relate to everyone. I have a deep understanding of where you coming from. But because I love you, and I know we can always be growing, and that's why I always ask, like, if somebody gotta say something, please let me know. Like, the floor is yours. Because I'm okay with being uncomfortable. Some people don't like to hear some people tell them things. You understand what I'm saying? Because then it's just like, that's a big reflection. But I'm good in that. I look for those situations because that's universe letting me know, okay, you saying you this, right? I am that I am. That's why I tell people, like, you can't really tell me nothing. And I can't tell you nothing either if you really know. Only what resonates with you is what you need to go with. Everything else is just for play and entertainment purposes only. Every time somebody opens their mouth to me, every time I watch something, that is entertainment purposes only. Meaning, I'm not taking none of that seriously until it resonates. And only when it resonates can I take that along the road with me. But also understand that our differences is what makes it so great. And it was just like, I reposted a post I seen the other day, the other rising. And it was just like, I never learned from somebody who agreed with me. Don't let that go over your head. I never learned from somebody who, why? Because then we just exchanging the same information. I like differences. I like contrast. I like uncomfortability because that's giving me room to grow from where the fuck I was. You get what I'm saying? So I'm never here to put nobody's thoughts, ideas down. Because again, this is just entertainment. This is the play. The playground. Right? Nature is like the 3D playground that we get to like enjoy. But this is the other playground. Your mind. Ideas, taking other people's ideas. If you're so quick to shut it down, and that's okay for you, again, it's okay for things to not resonate immediately. And it doesn't mean like over time that thought might come in and then you can get it. But it's the beauty in the contrast for me. Because if you think exactly the same as me, like, what is the point? It's like me talking to me. And it's just like, you have a fingerprint. There's only one of you. That's what we have differences for. To grow from. To expand from. You know? So it's just like, I don't know it all. I don't want to know it all. Okay? I want to hear what you gotta say. If nobody told you, I want to listen to what you got to say. Okay? Because you may see something or know something that I don't know. Which is so amazing. What? Because at the end of the day, nothing is impossible. That's why I'm able to wrap my head around, like, I could see where a lot of people come from. Like, for real. And I love each and all of my reflections. Like, my love is not conditional. At all. I know a lot of people say that. But it's the truth. I see you for who you are. And that's all that matters. But I am going to be that friend, if I am that friend, to be like, oh, if I can see you can work in some area. Because if you have nothing to work on, again, if you think you just grown and that's it, what are you still doing here? What are you still doing here? For real. And it's so funny because it's just like, certain times, it's just like when you look at things, it's just like all it took was like one conversation. And then this goes back to a level of commitment. You know what? A level of commitment. Because I don't give up that easy. I never have. You know what I'm saying? We gotta reflect on ourselves. Well, I know I could always, there's always something I could be working on, expanding on, growing from. Okay? Always, always, always. So back to the level of commitment. Are you committed to working things out? To talking things out? Do you care that much? Do you even care that much to talk it out? Because then it's just like when somebody's upset, right? And they walk off. When you walk off, you already disconnect. You get what I'm saying? You're not even creating an opportunity to find a solution, a compromise, or even consideration. Right? Consideration. Do you not think what you gotta say is like matter? Like you don't think it means something? So it's just like, I don't know. I used to be the type of person, trust and believe me, I used to cut people off without even a word. But I had to grow and be like, when we cut people off or disconnect, are we giving the chance for growth? Are we giving the chance for growth? Because how are you going to see growth at the end of the day? You got to experience it. You got to see it. It's just like a plant, right? You may not see all the abundance in the beginning, but over time, little by little, you see the growth and you see the abundance. You know? But just a really deep reflection. All I can say is, y'all, use your discernment. Remember, information is really delicate. Consciousness, really delicate. You, really delicate. Get what I'm saying? Just like a flower. You hold it too hard, you ruin it. You crunch it, it's destroyed. Too light, whatever, it's just like you have no really hold on it. But just right, look at the beauty in that. But you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to look at yourself all of the time. The biggest voice in your head should be your own and nobody else's. Like, period. I mean, on pyramid. Okay? Listen to yourself. Be open-minded. Like, seriously. Because if you're conscious, you have to be an open-minded person. It's a contradiction if you're not. So, yeah. Just deep reflections. You know? Look at self. Look at everything. Accept things for what it is. And it's just like, not everything is a personal attack. That's because somebody mentioned something. It's not always a personal attack. Like, my thing is, do people look at people's intentions? Fuck. Do people look at people's intentions? Because for me, like, I don't even care that you say something. I don't even care that you do something. But what is your intention? That's what I be, it's the whys for me. I don't even care that you do shit. I can overlook what the fuck you did. Because I know people are not their mistakes. You know what I mean? Or what they do. It don't define them. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it'd be like, what was the reason? You know? What was your intention? Where did it come from? I want to know, where did it come from? A place of love? Did it come from a place of resentment? Did it come from a place of envy? Did it come from where did it come from? You know what I mean? And another thing I learned is, right, just because you have the best intentions, and I'm speaking for self, because I always feel like I have the best intentions, you know what I mean? But not everybody needs your help. That's what I had to learn for myself. Not everybody needs your help. You know what I'm saying? Even though you have good intentions, what may look like help to you may not be received as help to another. So having the ability to take a step back and like realizing that was big to me too. Because again, we always have like this point of view, like our point of view. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't control you, so I don't know how you feel, how you gonna receive it, how you gonna take it, whatever. All I could be is be my authentic self and hope that I get the same in return. Because all I can do is be truthful and be me. You feel what I'm saying? So you should be able to do the same. But yeah, allow people, that's what I learned too, allow people to see things in their own times, not on your time. Yeah, I had to learn that. Because sometimes then it just creates like chaos. Because again, I say something, if you force something, right, it tends to break. So you have to allow it to just flow like it's supposed to. Because I have very great perception. And like, have the ability to, like, see far beyond. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair for me to put that onto other people. Like, period. Like, what's for me is for me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that might not be for everybody. Or when they're supposed to see it, that's when they're supposed to see it. You feel me? Not on my time, but on their time. So I've learned how to take a step back. You feel me? Not be so involved in things that don't serve me, I guess. So I have to find a balance again and reflect. Because again, I'm always reflecting. Bruh, if you're not reflecting, you're missing out on self. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because if you think you right all the time, and you think you got shit figured out all the time, like you got nothing to work on, to expand on, you got yourself fucked up. You gonna trick your own self out of your own spot. Each and every time. Promise you that. Each and every time. So be big on that. Because this journey that we on, like, it's a lifelong journey. It don't stop at that. Okay? So if you can't look at yourself and see something you can get better at or working on, what are you really doing? Because you're going to stay in that same spot you think you at. For real. And you going to think that's it? Bruh. I'm going to say, you're going to miss out. Me, like I said, I love uncomfortability. I love, digging deep into myself. Like, girl, what the fuck you got going on? Like, what's up? See, the same energy, because I'm talking to myself at the end of the day. The same energy that I bring out, I always bring back to myself. Please hear me when I say that. I bring that shit back to myself each and every motherfucking time. Each and every motherfucking time. Like, on me. on fucking me. Because it will always be me. I am my biggest project here. I am my longest relationship here. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do that. And honestly, I love my fucking energy, bro. Because I keep it real with me all the fucking time. All the fucking time. So, that's on period. That's the only people I want to attract next to me. People that keep it real with themselves, can keep it real with others. And know that it's always coming from a place of love. Because if I didn't really fuck with you, I wouldn't be around you. I would have definitely removed myself. That's on me. But then it goes back to, again, the level of commitment to yourself or to whoever's around you. Because we talk all the time about we going outside. Yeah, we going outside. We outside, okay? We outside. Okay, we outside. So to whoever is surrounding you, make sure the same way I hope that you hold yourself accountable and others accountable, that they hold you accountable too. Because if they can't look at what you can grow on, or they can't peep certain shit too, it's like, what is the point? Because there's gonna be certain things that I can't see that you can see. You get what I'm saying? Maybe, I'm the type of person, I reflect a lot. So even if I don't see it then, along the line, I'm gonna see it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just me. I do this shit on the daily. But if you don't have the right people who to hold you accountable, to want better for you, bro, you gotta, you know, look at that. Speak on that. Talk about it. You know, it's so easy to abandon things, to walk away from something. Don't get me wrong. When it's necessary and you see the shit and you gotta do what you gotta do and it's toxic, you remove yourself each and every fucking time. But if you can see that there's space for room, growth, and improvement, take it. Because isn't it worth it? Unity. Isn't it worth it? You know? Because at the end of the day, the whole point is to get back to the trust and the value and seeing that in each other. I want you to, what's the word? Love me enough to tell me when I'm wrong. What the fuck? Or when I can do better. What? Be like, hey Cass, like, you know, I see what you're doing, but like, do that. Because I will always be like, yo, I always speak in general too. So even I may not speak directly, I might just say it in general and just to like see if you take the hint. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather you like, you know, take the time to get to like to see those things in you. But only if you're paying attention to the conversation can you really pick up those things. Because when everybody's speaking, like, I don't necessarily think they're speaking about me, but can I interpret it and like see myself in what you're saying? Absolutely. Bro, I can take hints from a mile away. You feel me? Because who's to say you're not included in whatever somebody is saying? Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, take the time to reflect on it. Like, I'm an active listener, and I realize this about myself too, that when some people are speaking, I don't know what the word is, but I literally put myself in your shoes, and like I'm going through with it, right? But when I'm going through what you're saying, I'm also multitasking in the fact that what am I doing? What's like detrimental? How is this not serving me? Like, for example, I'm gonna use a conversation that I recently had, right? Imagine, I'm gonna put it in my example. Imagine, right? I meet someone and I like this person, but we're just messing around. And it's like, you want to engage in conscious conversations with that person, but you're scared to because you may feel like it may push that person away or turn that person off, right? So in my head, if you're telling me that story, I'm like, oh, well, they're not for you. So I may say things outwardly as if like I'm just processing the information. So I'm like, okay, they're not for you. Because you shouldn't ever, like, not be your true, authentic self. Never dim your light to be around somebody else, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you spoke your truth and they didn't really fuck with you, how they fuck with you, they would still fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? And if they don't, why would you even want that person around that you can't even be your authentic self with? You know what I'm saying? So when I say things, I'm really just putting myself in your position. So sometimes I just be coming out be like, oh yeah, they're not for you. Because not only am I looking, I'm assessing the whole situation. And I'm always thinking about growth. I'm always thinking about accountability, responsibility. How could I do this better? How could I be I am, that I say I am? Okay? Because if I'm bending, is that godly? Because we call each other gods and goddesses, but are you operating as a god or goddess? Because they don't bend to no one. If you get what I'm saying. That's why your voice, again, should be the loudest voice in your head. Not nobody else's. You should do things intentionally and analyze yourself. Ask yourself these questions. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, delicate. That's been my word lately. Delicate. Everything is delicate. So take your time with it. We all know time is an illusion, so why are we rushing it? Do the work. Because you deserve it. You think me reflecting doesn't help me to make better decisions, to move better, to have better intuition? It does all of that and more. Again, gratitude. I love all of my reflections because I learn from all of y'all, each and every way. But honestly, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Cheers. I'm having my tea. You already know, the Goddess Collection. Oh, and gratitude to anyone who placed an order with me. Gratitude. Too Good Vegan went live this cycle, and I'm just grateful for what it is and where it's going. Yeah, just gratitude. I'm just like in a state of gratitude, in a state of bliss. I just never, I'm addicted to growth. Okay, so every time there's growth for me, I'm always super excited because now I'm like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next challenge you got for me? Because I'm so ready. Because as authentic as I say I am, universe is gonna be like, show me. And that's on pyramid. Okay? So gratitude. Thank y'all for checking in. It's your girl Kaz. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, because I post this on my YouTube too. But yeah, just gratitude. And just keep an open mind. Forget that word being conscious because I think it just gets used too much at this time. But just keep an open mind. And stay delicate. Like a flower. I'm gonna show y'all this dandelion though. You already know it's springtime, okay? Okay. If only y'all knew how beneficial dandelion was. The whole thing. Leaf, root, everything. But yeah. Gratitude. See you guys. Whenever I feel like I have a word to say, I guess. Unity.